Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Kane Ko Show. My name is Kane Ko, and this is my show. Today's topic is the problem facing the elderly and what as a nation we could do to fix this growing problem. Let's meet our guest. First, we have YouTuber and ASMR superstar, Whispers McGee.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice
Can
to meet
you turn it down a notch, though?
What can I do? After whispering all day, I have to yell for at least an hour after in order for me to talk again.
Well, okay. Our next guest is a famous TikTok and SoundCloud rapper with his hit song, I Popped an Ibuprofen, climbing up the charts. Please welcome Little Negligence.
It's good to be here, guys. It's great to be here. Nice to meet you, man.
Pleasure to meet you. And finally, from the dumpster fire that is New Jersey, Congresswoman Yippers Lohanson.
Woo! Great to be here. I'm excited to address some problems today.
Pleasure to meet you, Lohanson.
Nice to meet you.
Now that everyone's here, let's get started then. The elderly, America's favorite subject. Old people are living longer thanks to the miracle of modern medicine. But they're still retiring and not working. The lack of productivity is really putting a strain on the economy. How do you feel about this?
It's a very complex question. On one hand, you have these people who have been working their whole lives and deserve to retire with dignity. But then you have them living a long life after that, which is great for them. But if their companies offer a retirement package at 65 and just living, and they take it, they're living a long life, and that's eating away the company's bottom line. So now you have a lot of companies cutting off their retirement packages with people who are relying on it and leaving the elderly to feed off of our social programs like Medicaid and food stamps. Both cases hurt our economy, but we have to find a way to take care of the elderly without them being such a burden.
McGee, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, old people can be burned sometimes. My grandma fell ill last summer after her nursing home she was in was neglecting her. We ended up filing a lawsuit for elder abuse. We got a settlement, but it still wasn't enough fully take care of her. We were struggling for a long time and relied on food stamps to help us get through it all. I'm glad the social programs are there, but the situation we were in was not ideal.
Thank you for sharing that story. It must have been rough for you and your families and loved one to go through that.
It is a very hard time to see a loved one in pain like that.
Ms. McGee, if I could interject something and share my opinion, if that's okay.
Go ahead, I'll allow it.
Okay, so I know they do this stuff in Sweden and a few other places, but I was thinking of what we should implement here over in the good old United States of America? Yeah.
America,
maybe. And that is elderly assisted suicide. You know, adults are basically like babies now, and that's bad. Let's have them just commit assisted suicide. That would be great. That'd be cool.
I like to disagree. I think there are better options than killing off people that rely on us for help.
Well, abortions are legal for the most part in the United States. Just think of this as a late-in-life abortion. That's all I'm trying to say. Again, I just have to really emphasize the point that the elderly people are like babies. They can barely walk. They need help with walking. Like, babies need help with walking.
That's true.
Elderly people. Thank you.
So, you're saying if your grandma was sick, you would kill her?
Oh, hell yeah. Blow that chick's brains out. I would never want to see my grandmother in pain like yours. Is your grandmother feeling any better at all?
No, she's getting worse. The only thing that is getting better is that I started making money off of YouTube, so I could afford to take care of her.
That's what I'm saying. Look, you're making so much money off of YouTube now. Not every American is gonna be in your lucky position. You know, not everyone's gonna be making money doing ASMR off of YouTube.
Tap, tap, tap.
Tap, 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 maybe some. Not everyone's gonna do that. And a lot of Americans are struggling to pay for the elderly and their care. I mean, I don't know if you've looked into this because my grandmother is like about to die, and so is my grandfather. And I looked into putting them in the elderly home. $20,000. I'm not. What? For like what? That's essentially just daycare for elderly. It does not need to cost that much, and that's per year. And what I'm trying to say. Oh, mask is coming off, folks.
Oh my
the mask
God.
is coming off.
Oh my God.
What I'm trying to say here is to destigmatize the act of elderly assisted suicide. So that way people have the option. And I'm not saying kill off all the elderly. I'm just saying people should be able to have a choice.
Now, that's quite an interesting perspective. Do you care to elaborate on how we plan on killing them?
Well, I mean, whatever method.
No. Crazy people like you basically suck on a rock and bark at the moon. I don't want to take my grandmother out to a field and shoot her like the old dog that we had.
Well, no, I mean, like, in other countries, cancer patients are given medicine to kill themselves. It's just a few simple pills. And they go to the bedroom, or they go wherever they want, and they die in their sleep. And I'm not saying like, oh yeah, we should, just go and blow your grandmother's brains out. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that just
What,
like...
do you want me to use a cricket bat?
I mean, if that's what she wishes.
I think that's a little abusive. Don't you think?
Congresswoman Lohanson, I have to say, when you want to kill someone, you can use almost anything.
Well, I have a little more respect for human life than you do, Mr. Little Negligence. I have to find a way to take care for people, not just throw them away like smelly or gross garbage, or, use a cricket bat. But, yeah, they're not so bad.
And now, a word from our audience.
What it comes down to, what she means to say is, when it comes to elderly people, you got to look at the whole subject, okay? You can't just look at trying to kill people off or trying to make them last longer because they did so much for the environment. Big whoop, Honestly, what it comes down to is, how are you helping society and how are you going to influence the youth today? Honestly, the suicide part isn't a bad thing, because when I'm old, just yeet me off a cliff.
Yeet you off a cliff is exactly...
Yeet me off a cliff.
Yeet you off a cliff is exactly what you want. So, for starters, that's dangerous to the environment. You're not biodegradable like how everyone thinks.
Honestly, if I go far enough off the cliff, some wolf or something, they could come along, they could just eat that, the carcass will be there. Yep. That'd be fuel for the trees, Next thing you know, I'm a tree. I'm a tree, baby.
We're a tree, yeah.
Audience member Amy, I'm honestly impressed how you're going along with him. Why do you think that? But I don't care. I just more want to hear from him. Yeet you off a cliff?
Absolutely. It doesn't necessarily have to be a yeet off a cliff, but
It could be a yote.
It could be a yote,
Yeah.
Yote is for
Just push
distance.
me.
Yeet is for accuracy.
Yeeted is the past tense of you.
Absolutely. We have to find a way for these youth to be able to survive in the next generation, okay?
Yes, but I understand. What I'm perfectly saying is we're not just gonna find a large cliff. This isn't the old Spartan days where we could just yeet babies off a cliff.
There are many a cliffs. Cliff? There are many a cliff.
Is it?
Multiple cliffs.
Cliffs?
It's cliffs. Cliffs? Cliffs.
You know what?
It's
Oh
cliffs.
God, you
Just
should have
throw
gone to
me
that
off
college.
the Grand Canyon, why not?
Grand Canyon it is. It is pretty deep.
We're not making the Grand Canyon our national assisted suicide place.
And honestly, on the subject, let's just put all of our trash in the Grand Canyon. That'd be sick.
I also agree with that. But I'm getting so tired of plastic and turtles. Who's to say the turtles don't want to be choked? I mean, it's their life.
Honestly, screw the turtles.
Screw the turtles.
You know, I'm not drinking paper straws.
Can I just cut you off?
Screw this.
Language.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. This is going on Nickelodeon, after all.
Actually, NBC, but whatever. And, Zooey Mama, guys. That got serious. Sadly, we have to cut to commercial break. Up next, breast milk, almond milk. Do we taste the same? A live taste test when we come back.
I just popped in ibuprofen cause my head hurt. I just popped in ibuprofen feeling better. Yeah, I'm cautious of it and I'm snorting. Ibuprofen feeling gorgeous. Now that Tylenol, I ain't even mad at all. Not the motion, everything's emotion.
Vibe check.
NCOA.org published an article quoting that 1 in 10 Americans 65 and older have experienced some form of elder abuse. Only 1 in 14 cases get reported to the proper authorities. Hey, is this that baby? I just broken by. I will cry, riding in my dry tie. Yeah, I drive a hot ride. Your man got a damn right. I get sauce with a glide. I don't have a glide. I'm a pacifist. I just run and ride. Vibe check. An article written by Derek Y. McDaniel, STDs among the elderly is a common and growing problem. Between 2007 and 2011, chlamydia infections among Americans 65 and older increased by 31%, and syphilis by 52%. I'm a hitter, home run, call me Machado. When he a pitcher, I just hit the lotto. I feel like Johnny Bravo where I steal your sister. I'm at the grotto and I'm with your sister.
All right, introducing our first guests, Chips Dipperson and his friend Yaya Malone.
Okay, now. Oh, nice to meet you. Okay.
And our third guest, Spooky Shot.
I hate old people.
Well, let's get into the debate.
Right.
Chips Dipperson, tell me, how do you feel about old people anyway?
Well, let me tell you. My name may be Chip, but I'm all about my dip. And today's flavor is old people.
Interesting.
I love old people.
All right, now, so there's certain topics that come along with old people. I'm not even going to say old people. I find that derogatory. I'm just going to say elderly people.
Interesting.
There's certain topics that come along with old people. By the way, y'all feel free to have some chips, a little bit of free marketing. Ain't hurt nobody. Don't eat the old people, though. So there's about 5 topics that come to mind. And that would be nutrition and physical activity. That would be also who goes to see them regularly, their mental state and everything in that sort of mind. Because when it comes to old people, you tend to see them being neglected more by family and friends. They isolate themselves. And surprisingly, a fact about old people is they tend to get diseases such as HIV and AIDS. It's very surprising. I fact-checked myself. I was surprised when I figured that out.
I've heard about that in retirement homes. They're more prone to that. All right, well, scrolling over to here, Spooky Shot. Yeah. Hypothetically, your parents are going to get old one day. Would you rather put them in a retirement home or keep them at your house with you?
They gone. They going to the retirement home. I'm booing them the hell out of my house, and they gone. They're taking up too much space.
Do you have the salary or anything?
I ain't got none for them. They just gotta go.
I understand.
They're
the millennials
worthless.
are pretty...
Yeah. They can just go to a retirement home, live their life there, maybe die. Who knows? Yeah.
All right, That was a little harsh. Chips Dipperson, how do you feel about this?
Well, me personally, I wouldn't take that approach, with my grandparents, mother, father. I would rather them live with me because, you don't really know what they be doing at those retirement homes. I think I read online somewhere that they literally had a fight club for old people with dementia. I
saw that.
I'm not going to send my parents through that and have them suffer through that. Me personally, I feel I have the means to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
I can do what I need to. They can meet their grandchildren, and actually be happy. Not like those commercials where they have prescriptions and they're dying on the inside from some parasite or something no.
Yes, but Mr. Dippersons, you must realize that not every household of low income and middle income is able to just take up a new person or just send them into a retirement home. How do you think that the average American would just be able to afford it? I mean, a simple solution would be is if we were to tax the wealthier a little more.
I'm just going to say, I don't think the wealthy have all that money or anything.
You don't?
Not at all. The best way to do it, I guess, would be we work on a system, that everybody can benefit from, and we go from there,
Interesting solution. How does your partner feel about this?
I would not send mine to a nursing home. I think that's very wrong. And I actually had a friend that just booted their family out of their house when they got really old, and I think that's wrong.
That is crazy.
And also, they wanted to get rid of them so they could have all their money and just do whatever they wanted with it.
Sounds like a heartless family.
Hell yeah, I'm about to take all that money and spend it. You already know it.
No. There's no way I'm taking them. I already have a wife and kids in this house, and having a grandparent there would just bum them out.
Yeah, but I live in a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. It is just way too crowded. Besides, don't you have a mistress?
Wow. I told you that in complete confidence. Now you're definitely taking them, asshole.
If you make me, I will call your wife. I have her on speed dial.
Why do you have my wife on speed dial?
Enough, boys. I've had enough of your bickering. I need some goddamn help. I can't afford my medication. My legs are broken right now and I have depression. I've taken out a loan. I barely covered even half the cost. None of you even mentioned it. And plus I still need help.
Whatever, old man.
But I'm in serious debt now. I need your help. Medicaid didn't cover all of it. Plus the cost of the wheelchair. I had to take out a loan just to cover half the cost. Can't one of you boys just help me out since you're so well off?
We could take a huge life insurance claim out on your life while you commit suicide. I mean, that will pay for everything.
Jesus, already ready to throw me in the gutter? Can you at least put me in a nursing home?
I agree. What do you say, Dad? You feel like dying today?
Alright guys, that's a wrap. I'll see you next time.
A few moments later.
Oh my god, I'm so late! I gotta go, I'm so late. I'm so late! I gotta get in this spot. Okay.
Hey, ma'am.
Whoa.
You're not supposed to be here. There's people who actually need this spot.
I'm late! This is my spot now!
It's handicapped. Where's your pass?
I'm so late, I need this spot! I'm so sorry.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here.
Oh, I thought we cut it.
Go to this parking spot, I'm so late!
That story was dumb. It was bland. There was no action. I would rather lose my legs in a fishing motor accident where they get cut off. And you know what? I'd rather be handicapped my whole entire life.
And killing the elderlies off,
Well, I happen to strongly disagree with you. I don't know my lines here, but I swear if I did, you would get a heavy-handed subject matter. I don't.
And see.
Wait, where's Wayne? Look at his hat. Oh my god, he's back!
Oh my god! Dude,
What happened?
we already filmed it. Wait, let me see the mustache.
Right here.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, I got these
Hey!